There is an archaeological site called Göbekli Tepe in the southeastern part of the Anatolian Peninsula in the Republic of Turkey. About 20 stone circle-shaped structures formed of huge stone pillars have been confirmed. The size of the stone pillar is more than 6 meters high and weighs over 20 tons, and the total number of stone pillars is more than 200. However, only a part of the whole archaeological site was excavated. Excavator believes this was a place of worship on an unprecedented scale. In other words, this site is considered to be the world's first temple. Surprisingly, the temple has been confirmed to be about 12,000 years old. Older relics dating from 14,000 to 15,000 years ago are also found in the neighboring archaeological sites. Göbekli Tepe is by far the oldest as a ruin of this scale. The Great Pyramid of Giza, Egypt was built about 4,500 years ago. Stonehenge in England is also believed to be about 4,500 years old. Göbekli Tepe is more than 5,000 years old from these sites. This means that the old part around the ruins was created before the end of the last glacial period. About 10,000 years ago, the oldest town in the world was built in Jericho, and the world's oldest Sumerian civilization began about 6,000 years ago. It was thought that the cultivation began about 10,000 years ago, which led to the settlement and the development of cities and civilizations. As a result, huge temples have also been created. However, Göbekli Tepe is a huge temple made by hunter-gatherers before the start of agriculture. Could hunter-gatherers really build a temple of this scale? Construction of a temple using megaliths requires organized labor. It is unlikely that the culture of hunting and gathering, which had not even settled, created Göbekli Tepe. It makes more sense to think that a highly developed unknown civilization already existed. It is unclear whether the civilization is related to the Atlantis civilization mentioned by Plato. However, there is no doubt that an unknown ancient civilization existed. Göbekli Tepe is a solid proof of that. Then, where was the city of the civilization who made Göbekli Tepe? The main part of this archaeological site was created around the end of the last glacial period. This means that the coastline is much lower than it is now, and the plains of that time are now submerged in the sea. The traces of pre-glacial civilization are hard to find, probably because the major cities of the time were already submerged. The city traces of the people who made Göbekli Tepe may also be the bottom of the sea, which is now called the continental shelf. Göbekli Tepe was intentionally abandoned in early 8000 BC. The huge temple was buried carefully for some reason, and the traces of the advanced civilization that created Göbekli Tepe have also disappeared. The cause is unclear, but their civilization seems to have collapsed. If it hasn't collapsed, you'll find traces of continued civilization. However, the next civilization began to flourish around 3500 BC, nearly 4,500 years after Göbekli Tepe. Why was a huge temple of unprecedented scale constructed in the first place? When the main part of Göbekli Tepe was built, the climate of the Earth was in a unique state called the Younger Dryas period. It is a period of rapid and temporary decline in temperature that began immediately after the end of the last glacial period. The cause of this climate change is thought to be a comet collision, but it has not been confirmed. In any case, it is considered that the times of rapid cooling and the time of construction of Göbekli Tepe overlap with each other. If so, Göbekli Tepe may be a huge temple designed to calm disaster. The Younger Dryas period lasted for about 1300 years and then ended. The role of Göbekli Tepe may have ended and been buried because the cold climate had ended, and the warm climate had begun. Then, what kind of people made Göbekli Tepe? The key to solving the mystery was left in the Old Testament. The Old Testament states that before the flood, a giant called Nephilim lived. In the Old Testament, Nephilim is a giant race born between the sons of God and the daughters of men. It feels like a myth from the expression of God, but if you look at the specific description that a child is born with a human, it would be a real event. And the existence that the Bible calls God is likely a different kind of developed human being. Before the last ice age, the first civilization was built by large human beings of a different species. From the perspective of the people of that time, the highly developed giant race would have looked like God itself. Megaliths are used in ancient ruins, including Göbekli Tepe, because it was the giant race who first built civilization. From an anthropological point of view, the giant race is considered to be the Denisovans. The Denisovans are a different kind of human species from the modern humans, found in the Denisova cave in Siberia. They have long coexisted with modern humans, along with Neanderthals and Flores man. Their appearance is unknown because only fragmented fossils have been found so far, but due to the size of their bones and teeth, they are expected to be large and robust. Recently, it has also become clear that the Denisovans had a higher level of technical skill than the Neanderthals and modern humans of the same period. If so, how can we say that modern human was the first to build civilization? The gods in the Old Testament are considered to be different species of human, who first established civilization. Nephilim may have been a mixed race of Denisovans and modern humans, given that it is said to be a mixed race of God and humans in the Old Testament. However, only a few Nephilim survived the deluge. Nevertheless, the Bible specifically states that Nephilim lived in the land of Canaan after the deluge. Nephilim, the giant who inherited the blood of the Denisovans, disappeared probably because they lost the race to survive with modern humans. It is possible that the oversized body did not fit into the warmer climate after the end of the glacial period. Giant mammoths and woolly rhinoceros have also become extinct at the end of the Ice Age. In any case, modern humans may not have developed civilization by themselves. It seems that modern human took over the civilization and infrastructure built by the Denisovans, and developed. Although modern humans have become the rulers of the earth in this way, it is possible that Denisovans still exist in remote areas. Evidence for the existence of the Denisovans is hidden in the Solomon Islands.